Welcome! Have you ever heard of an ant that becomes a zombie? Sounds like something from a horror movie, right? But it's real and it's happening in nature right now. In fact, there's a fungus that hijacks the minds of ants, turning them into mind-controlled zombies. These fungi can manipulate their host's brain and make them do the unthinkable. This strange phenomenon is an example of parasitism, where one organism benefits at the expense of another. The fungus controls the ant, ultimately leading to the ant's death. It might sound like a science fiction plot, but it's real, and it's a fascinating part of the natural world. How does a fungus even do this? Let's dive in and explore this bizarre phenomenon. In this video, we'll uncover how this mind control works, what happens to the ants, and why scientists are so fascinated by this weird and wonderful phenomenon. Stay with us as we explore the creepy yet captivating world of zombie ants. It's going to get wild. Now, let's get into the science of this eerie phenomenon. The fungus responsible for turning ants into zombies is called Ophiocordyceps. This parasitic fungus is not just any ordinary organism, it has an extraordinary way of taking control of its host. It all begins when spores of Ophiocordyceps land on an unsuspecting ant. The spores then attach to the ant's body and start to penetrate its exoskeleton, infecting it from within. Inside the ant's body, the fungus begins to grow, forming mycelium, those thin, thread-like structures that spread throughout the ant's tissues. This is where the real horror begins. The mycelium takes control of the ant's nervous system, manipulating its brain. It's like the fungus is now holding the reins, driving the ant to do its bidding. The ant, now a zombie, climbs up vegetation and locks its mandibles onto a leaf or twig. It dies in this position, and that's when the fungus gets to work, releasing more spores into the air to spread the infection. And that's the tragic end for the ant, but it's only the beginning for the fungus. The spores fall to the ground, ready to infect the next unlucky ant that comes along. This entire cycle of infection, control, and reproduction is essential for the fungus to spread and continue its life cycle. It's an eerie yet brilliantly executed strategy of survival. Now, let's take a deeper look at the mind control mechanics behind this bizarre phenomenon. How does the fungus manipulate the ant's behavior? Let's break it down. First, the fungus releases chemicals that directly influence the ant's brain, sending it into a trance-like state. The ant leaves its colony, following the strange urge to move toward the forest floor. Here's where it gets even creepier. The fungus forces the ant to climb up vegetation, which seems odd, right? But it's all part of the fungus's plan. Once it reaches the perfect spot, the ant clamps down with its mandibles onto a leaf or twig, staying there until it dies. This is where the fungus can release its spores, ensuring it spreads to other ants. The fungal manipulation goes deeper than just the movement. It takes control of the ant's entire physiology, ensuring it's in the right position for optimal spore release. It's truly an incredible, if chilling, example of parasitism. This whole process ensures the fungus can continue its life cycle and spread across the forest floor. So, the next time you see an ant, remember, it might just be the host of a real-life zombie story. Now that we know how fungi control ants, let's look at how these zombie ants affect their ecosystem. Believe it or not, this bizarre phenomenon actually plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of nature. Zombie ants help control ant populations by removing older, weaker ants from colonies. This helps maintain a healthy, sustainable population and reduces overpopulation, which could be harmful to the ecosystem. By reducing the number of ants, the fungus indirectly allows other species to thrive. It creates space for other organisms to flourish, boosting overall biodiversity. Surprisingly, this fungal parasitism can actually benefit forest health. By keeping ant populations in check, it helps preserve the delicate balance of the forest floor, preventing any one species from dominating. In addition, the fungus's manipulation of ant behavior can influence how colonies operate. It ensures that only the fittest ants survive, contributing to the overall resilience of the colony. In the end, the fungus's impact on ant colonies and ecosystems isn't just gruesome, it's a clever and necessary ecological strategy that keeps the environment in balance. Now, let's shift gears and explore why zombie ants have captured human imagination. It's not just about nature's horror story, but how this phenomenon connects to our cultural fascination with zombies. The zombie trope, made famous by movies and TV shows, draws from real-life stories like this one. We've seen mind control and parasitism play a huge role in horror and sci-fi. Films and books like The Walking Dead and World War Z thrive on the idea of mindless, controlled beings. The fungus and its zombie ants are no different in concept. taking control, forcing actions, and leading to destruction. The horror isn't just in the visual spectacle, it's in the psychological thrill of mind control. Humans are fascinated by the idea of someone else taking over their body and mind. Parasites like the fungus inspire both fascination and unease. They challenge our understanding of autonomy, making us question, how would it feel to lose control of our own actions? So, while zombie ants might sound like fiction, they're part of a much bigger story about the limits of control and why we can't look away from the strange and unsettling world of parasitism. Now that we've explored the creepy world of zombie ants, let's turn our attention to something truly fascinating: how scientists are using these ants to unlock secrets about parasitism and behavior. Zombie ants are a unique model for studying how parasites manipulate their hosts. But why does this matter? Let's dive in and see how it helps us understand the bigger picture. These ants aren't just horror movie fodder, they're helping us understand parasitism in action. Fungal parasites like Ophiocordyceps offer a real-world example of how parasites can control behavior, a phenomenon that's crucial for behavioral biology and neuroscience. Through studying zombie ants, researchers can investigate how the fungus takes control of the ant's brain. This helps us understand the complex relationship between host and parasite, providing insights into how parasitic infections can alter behavior in other species, including humans. The fungus's mind control mechanisms aren't just creepy, they're a goldmine for scientists trying to understand how parasites affect the brain. Ongoing research into these mind-bending mechanisms could unlock new insights into neuroscience, from understanding behavior to developing treatments for brain disorders. So, zombie ants are not only part of an eerie natural spectacle, but they are also providing us with crucial knowledge in the fight against parasitism and neurological disorders. The more we study them, the more we understand about behavior and the brain. And now, as we enter the final chapter of this fascinating journey, let's take a step back and reflect on what we've learned about these mind-controlling fungi and their impact on science. Over the years, the mystery of zombie ants has evolved from a strange curiosity to a powerful tool for scientific discovery. What once seemed like a bizarre natural horror story is now a key focus of ongoing research into parasitism and neuroscience. In recent years, scientists have discovered more about how fungi like Ophiocordyceps control their hosts. These discoveries have far-reaching implications for understanding parasitism in nature and the complexities of how organisms can manipulate others for survival. But the research doesn't stop here. The fascinating world of parasitic fungi continues to surprise us. Each new discovery opens up more questions about the intricate relationships between parasites and their hosts. If you're as intrigued by these creepy yet captivating creatures as we are, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps us bring you more amazing content like this. And who wouldn't want to learn about more creepy creatures that manipulate their hosts? Now, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you think there are other creatures out there that could be the inspiration for the next zombie movie? Drop your comments below. We'll be reading them all.